Hare Krishna. Welcome, welcome, welcome. A very, very, very warm welcome to all of you. International Society for Krishna Consciousness welcomes all of you to this Srimad Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter, 18th session, 18 hours, 5th chapter, 5th day, 5th session. Please accept the blessings of Sri Radha Govardhan Dhariji and mercy of Srila Prabhupada. It is said that when the people of this world, elect us in parliament, we get a place. And when Lord Sri Krishna select us in spiritual discourses, we get a place. That's why those who love Krishna, they cannot say no to these spiritual discourses. Those who love Prabhupada, they cannot say no to spiritual discourses. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is very, very transcendental. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is very, very spiritual. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is very, very divine. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is full of auspiciousness. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is very, very beneficial for us. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is very, very profitable for us. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is is very, very valuable for us. Srimad Bhagavad Gita means beautiful song of God. Srimad means beautiful, Bhagavad means God, Gita means song. I would say it's a beautiful song of God from the heart of the Lord. I would say is a beautiful song of God. It's a beautiful love song from the heart of the Lord, saying that He is very much concerned, He is very much worried, He is very much affectionate, He is very much loving to all of us. He is saying, why all of you are suffering, and why don't you come back to me? Come back to me. I am, I am waiting for you. So the Lord is very, very loving, and his compassion, affection for us is coming as words in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The fifth chapter of Bhagavad Gita is entitled Karma Yoga Action in Krishna Consciousness. It's called Karma Sannyasa Yoga. It's called Karma Sannyasa Yoga. The first chapter we saw Arjuna is disturbed, we saw Duryodhana is disturbed, we saw Dhritarashtra is disturbed because they have a plan, and that plan is different from Krishna's plan. We saw Arjuna is thinking that he is Pandava, and and uh, Krishna told, no, you are not Pandava. In the second chapter said, you are soul, Atma. In the first chapter, Arjun said, Kaurava is my enemy. Krishna said, no, no, Kaurava is not your enemy. The lust, anger is our real enemy. And in the fourth chapter, in the first chapter, Arjun said, the Pandavas are my allies, friends. Krishna said, no, no, the spiritual master is our friend. And in this chapter, Krishna will say, Krishna is our real friend. So in this way, the fifth chapter is very, very amazing. It's out of the world. It's really uh, awful and wonderful. So let us start this chapter with a small introduction. Srila Prabhupada quotes a Bengali saying that if we are in a duality, if we are in two minds, whether I should eat or not to eat, then don't eat. And if it is the month of December, definitely to eat, because in December, what happens is the hunger in Bengal is too much, so we cannot stop our hunger. So Prabhupada continues. whether we are in two minds, should I go or not to go? Then we should not go. But if the stomach is upset and the nature is calling us, then we should immediately rush and go. Eat or not eat, month of December, eat. Go or not go, nature's call comes, definitely go. Should I do or not to do? We are in two minds. Should I do or not to do? Then better don't do. But if Krishna is saying to do, then definitely do. So Krishna is saying Arjuna to fight, but Arjuna is still confused. He's saying that I want divine knowledge, and you said that divine knowledge can come by taking sannyas, and divine knowledge can come by doing devotional service. And if I do devotional service, as Krishna says, I have to kill my uncle, I have to kill my grandfather, and I have to kill my brothers and teacher. So I will avoid that. Rather, I will go take sannyas. So the confusion continues. And for better understanding and easy assimilation of the subject matter, the session will be taken in the following manner. Arjuna's confusion is revealed in phase 1, slok 1. And Krishna says Karma Yoga is equal to Sannyas Yoga, and it is easier than Sannyas Yoga. That is in phase 2, slok 2 to 6. And in phase 3, Nishkam Karma Yoga, the glories is mentioned from text 7 to 16, and phase 4, 17 to 29. Then uh, how can we focus ourselves to Supreme Personality of Godhead? We will have conclusion and question answers. So the chapter is really amazing, out of the world, and beautiful and beautiful and wonderful. So let us right away dive into the first sloka of Bhagavad Gita, phase 1. Arjuna is asking, is not understanding the plan of the Lord. Arjuna Vacha Sannyasam Karanam Krishna Punaryogam Samsasi Yakshreya Etor Ekam Tanme Bruvi Sunishchitam. Shreyas, what is definitely good for me? Please tell me no. Let me know. Sunishchitam, definitely, please tell me. Oh Krishna. So Arjuna is saying, oh Krishna, first of all, you asked me to renounce the work, and then you recommend work with devotion. Now, you kindly tell me definitely of the two, which is more beneficial. So wants devotional. Arjuna wants divine knowledge, but he doesn't understand that the that he can attain this divine knowledge by executing the plan of the spiritual master, and and he is not able to understand that devotional service to Krishna will purify his mind, and with this purified mind, he will get the divine knowledge. By divine knowledge, his life will become peaceful, blissful, and simply wonderful. So he is not able to understand that killing his brothers and killing Bhishma Pitama and Dronacharya in the war is actually devotional service. Krishna's plan is that if Arjuna kills Bhishma Pitama and Dronacharya, they will definitely get upgraded, and they will get a very, 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 very high spiritual destination, and that is Krishna's plan. But Arjuna is thinking that no, 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 I should not kill my grandfather and teacher, and that is because of his miserly uh, mm, uh, uh, condition of his heart. Arjuna, Krishna wants Arjuna to fight, because if Arjuna follow the devotional service, if Arjuna follows devotional service, then people in this world will also follow devotional service, because what Arjuna will do, the whole world will do. If Arjuna gets up early at 4 o'clock and come for Mangal Arati, the whole world will come for Mangal Arati and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, serve Vaishnavas, and they get the blessings. And uh, with the blessings, the mind becomes purified. And with the purified mind, the divine knowledge comes. And when divine knowledge comes, every time, every place, and every uh, situation will be blissful, happy, peaceful, and life will be simply wonderful. Krishna wanted Arjuna to fight and not take sannyas. If Arjuna takes sannyas, then the whole world, everybody will follow Arjuna because he was so popular and go and take, except for, I think, Duryodhan who will not go and Bhim will not go because they will fight and kill each other. So Arjuna, maybe, but Krishna is making a point that sannyas should be taken only when the heart is pure. And if his heart is impure, one should not take sannyas. But Arjuna is thinking, I should get this divine knowledge and I should avoid a devotional service and take sannyas. But that is not for Arjuna. So the phase two starts with Krishna's answer, sloka 2 to 6. Krishna is explaining the benefit of devotional service is equal to taking sannyas, and it is easier and better. Why? Let's see. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Again, Vyasa Muni says Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Sri means beautiful. Bhagavan means the most important person. Vacha means saying. The most important person who is very beautiful is saying something which is important and beautiful for us. That means Vyasa Muni is indicating, is keeping us alert. We should be now hear everything very attentively. We should be alert and catch every sentence, every word, every letter because it is beautiful and important for us. Sanyasah karma yoga cha nishreyasya karava ubhav tayotu karma sanyasat karma yoga vishishyate. The Supreme Person of God had replied, sannyas, the renunciation of work, and work in devotion, both will lead to liberation. But of the two, devotional service better than renunciation. Like if a child wants to get PhD, there is two technique. He does something wonderful for the nation, and the nation will award him PhD. Otherwise, he goes the normal way. He goes to KG kindergarten, then he goes to toddler school, then KG class, then fifth standard, 10th standard, 12th standard, 15th standard, 17th standard, 20th standard, and he gets PhD. That is easier. That is easier. But Arjuna is thinking, um, why should I go to the process of doing homework and killing Bhishma Pitama? And so Arjuna is not understanding following the plan of the Lord, following devotional service is beneficial for him, Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya, and all of them because of his miserly thinking. And the danger in sannyas is being told now. ज्ञान स नित्य संन्यासी यो न द्वेषति न कांक्षति निर्द्वंदो ही न महाबाहो सुखम बंध प्रमुच्यते. He who neither hates nor desires the fruits of activities is whose mind is purified. Tinge of lust or tinge of greed, tinge of anger is not there. Such a person should take sannyas. Otherwise, a person who goes to the forest and he says, "No, it's time for me to drink tea. It's time for me to be with my family. It's time for me to meet my father, mother, wife, children," then it is very, very abominable. It is not accepted. It will be subject for mockery. Such a person who is free from all duality overcomes material bondage and completely liberated. That is for sannyasi. But the sannyas and devotional service yoga are different are not different, because what a sannyasi, the kind of happiness a sannyasi is experiencing, a devotee practicing Nishkam Karma Mar or devotional service will gradually, like Yayati Maharaj, who was lusty, like Ajamil, who was lusty, Diti, who was very angry, and like uh, like Chitraketu was greedy, just by practicing devotional service, gradually, they become so pure that a day came they were experiencing more happiness than a Paramahansa, like Janak Maharaj, Yudhishthir Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Ambrish Maharaj, Sankhya Yoga. But if somebody says that the benefit of sannyas yoga and the benefit of karma yoga is different, they are actually not intelligent people. Sankhya yoga pritagabala pravadanti na pandita ekam hi api astita samyak ubayor vindanti phalam. Because the fruit the happiness which a pure-hearted sannyasi is experiencing, gradually a lusty, a greedy, and a angry person, by slowly passing 10th standard, 12th standard, 15th standard, 17th standard, 20th standard, he will become also experience that kind of happiness. His mind becomes purified. He may be the worst of the worst, lustiest of the lustiest, greediest of the greediest, but gradually, by devotional service, attending Mangalarti and doing serving Vaishnavas and pleasing Prabhupada, he will get. Prabhupada did that. He made hippies to happies, the Rusis to Risis, Chinis to Munis, and made Japanese to chant japas, the Anape to happy. He made the lowly crow very highly swam. So he made muchis to suchis, and in this way, it is possible. But one who says that they both are different is not a intelligent person. So should I not strive for sannyas or renunciation? Yes, but यत्साङ्कया प्रापयते स्थानं तद्योगैरपि गम्यते एकं साङ्ख्यं च योगं च य पश्यति स पश्यति. But one who is intelligent, he will say the benefit of a pure-hearted sannyasi and the benefit which a person in devotional service gradually he reaches that state, he will reach to permanence, is both are same. One who knows that a position reached by the means of sannyas and devotional service are one. They see things as they are. So there are two ways. One is go to the forest and sit and do meditation. And another way, be at home and get up for Mangalarti, do some service. Yayati Maharaj did that. He was missing many Mangalartis, but he came for Darshanarti, but gradually serving the Vaishnavas. One day he became Paramahansa. So that is there. It is guaranteed. This devotional service, if we stick to the process, will definitely help elevate our consciousness, and we will definitely be purified. But but once goes to take sannyas in a immature state, when one is not prepared, then the mind will really disturb. The difficulty of sannyas is that a sannyasi um, also has got senses, he has got mind. And if his mind and senses is not purified and he goes to the forest, then the danger comes. Sanyastu mahabaho dukkam aptum ayogata yoga yuktam nirbrahma na chirena gachati. Merely by changing the dress, merely by going to the forest, merely by changing the dress and the change the place, and not doing any devotional service, just does not make a person mind purified. Because a sannyasi has got a mind, and if he is not prepared, if he's not pure, if he's not qualified, if he's goes in an immature state, the mind will ask, I want to see Netflix, I want to see movie, I want to see. Then it is very abominable. It's a subject for a uh, such a person is a subject to of laughter. So, merely by renouncing all the activities, yet not engaging devotional service of the Lord, cannot make one happy. But if somebody, he may be the lustiest of the lustiest, greediest of the greediest, angriest of the angry, envious of the envious, but gradually serving, one will become a great saintly personality. But a thoughtful person engaged in devotional service can achieve supreme achirena immediately. It can happen in matter of 20, 30 years. It happened. Why it is distress? Uh, uh, this taking sannyas in is distress or it's painful, or because a sannyasi has senses like us, and because a sannyasi is not supposed to work, a little impurity in the mind, he may try to do some worldly activity, then it is not acceptable. But for a karma yogi, nishkam karma yogi, one who's practicing devotional service, working is pleasurable. He goes to work and attend money, get money and give donation to the Vaishnavas. And by doing that, he gets the blessings, and with the blessings, his mind is purified. He gets devotional. The process of purification in the heart takes place for a karma yoga by working with the senses. But for a sannyasi, it is difficult that he cannot work. But if his mind is impure, he will be externally acting that he is peaceful and blissful, but internally he will be uh, very much disturbed. And a day will come like Vishwamitra Muni or Ravan or Sobara Rishi or Ravana. They will do what is not supposed to be done. What are the symptoms of a person of a Nishkam Karma Yogi, Krishna? You talk so much about a devotee who is going from second standard to fifth standard to 10th standard to 12th standard to 15th standard to 17th standard and getting PhD. Gradually, by attending Mangalarti, Darshanarti, uh, what is the symptoms of such wonderful devotees? Please let me know. Wow. So this is asked in the second chapter, fifth chapter, 12th chapter, 14th chapter. The qualities of devotees will be asked. Yoga Yukta Vishuddha Atma, Vijit Atma Jitendriya, Sarvabhutatma Bhutatma Kurvan Api na Lipyati. His mind becomes pure. Vishuddha Atma, like a sannyasi, a day will come, his mind will also become pure. Vi- Vijit Atma Jitendriya, and he will be able to control his senses. His eyes will like to see Krishna, ears will like to listen kirtan of Krishna, and his leg will be doing parikrama of the temple with his hand. He will be serving the Vaishnavas. Sarva Bhutatma, he would see every living entity as part and parcel of Krishna, and he will love each and every person, every living entity. There will be no one who is his enemy. And whatever we work, he does, activity he does for pleasing Krishna, and is not entangled like a soldier. He is shooting to the enemy, but he is given an award. He is not taken into the prison because he is doing for the benefit of the nation. Naiva kinchit karom iti yukta manyate tattvaved pashyant Trinvan, Sprisham, Jigran, Ashnan, Gachan, Swapan, whatever he does, whether with his eyes, whether his ears, whether with his nose, whether with his tongue, whether it is uh, it's knowledge gaining senses, or whether it is working senses, he is doing to please Krishna. Pralapan, Vishrijan, Jagrin, whether he opens his eyes or closes his eyes, whether it's breathing or not breathing, whether he's sleeping or awake, whatever he is doing, he is pleasing Krishna. Pralapan, Vishrijan, Grinan, Anmishan, Nimishan api, Indriyani, Indriya Arteshu, Vartanta iti Dharaya. He is whatever he does to please Krishna. Whether he is seeing, his seeing is pleasing Krishna. Whether his hearing is pleasing Krishna. Whether his touching is serving Krishna, he is pleasing Krishna. Whether his smelling, he is pleasing Krishna. Even his eating is pleasing to Krishna. Even his moving is pleasing to Krishna. Even his sleeping is pleasing to Krishna. Even his breathing is pleasing to Krishna. Always within himself, he is actually doing nothing but pleasing. His life is dedicated to please Krishna. Because while speaking, he will speak about Krishna. Even while evacuating, he will be, whatever he is doing, he is trying to purify himself. While receiving or opening his eyes, he is purifying himself. Thus, he is engaged in Krishna conscious activities and is aloof from sense gratificatory activities. So this is the symptom. Brahmani adaya karmani sangam tyakta karotiya lipyate na cha sa papena padma patram ivambashi. Like Srila Prabhupada, whatever he did, it was pleasing to Krishna because he was totally dedicated. Book distribution, writing books, giving lecture, everything, walking, taking massage, everything was pleasing to Krishna because he was dedicated. Krishna. Like a small baby is very doing service to the father and mother. So whatever the baby is doing, whether is walking, talking, the father, mother likes him because he's obedient child. But the child is notorious. Father and mother will get little angry. One who performs his duty without attachment, surrendering the results to the Supreme Lord, he is unaffected by sinful actions like lotus leaf is untouched by water. He is in this world. The devotee of the Lord is in the world, like people of this world is in the world, but he is not of the world. Like the lotus leaf is in water. Lotus leaf is in water, but it is not inside the water. It is not mixed with water. Like we see that a boat is in water. That is good. But water is in the boat is not good. Like lotus leaf is in water, but it is doesn't make. But if you make a leaf of paper, we throw it in the water. After some time, the paper mixes with water and it becomes totally gets inside the water. We make a leaf of iron sheet. That leaf will merge into water. But a lotus leaf is in water, but is not mixing with water. Similarly, devotee of the Lord is in this world, but he is not mixing with this world. People of this world stay in this world and they are, their mind is full of worldly matters. So devotee is in the world, but his mind is not with worldly matters, but with full of Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's qualities, Krishna's name, and uh, uh, Krishna's quality, name, and form. In this way, he is blissful and peaceful, and his life is simply wonderful. Kayena manasa buddhya kevaler indriyar api yogina karma kurvanti sangam tektatma suddhaye. His mind, his body, his intelligence is focused to please Krishna. Every act of his is purifying the mind. In this way, whatever he is doing is either pleasing Krishna or purifying his mind. His mind is careful, is not getting contaminated by anything, anytime, any place. युक्त कर्म फल त्यक्ता शांतिम आपनोति नैष्तिकीम आयुक्त काम कारेण फले सुक्त निबद्धते. In this way he is totally engaged in serving Krishna, and because of not because his mind is purified and not adulterated, he experience unlimited unadulterated peace. And such a person is always in union with Krishna. Whether he sees a mic, he uses the mic in Krishna service. Whether he sees an aeroplane, he uses the aeroplane in Krishna service. Whether he is seeing whatever it is, he understands everything belongs to Krishna and everything is to be used in Krishna's service. I belong to Krishna, my body belongs to Krishna, my house belongs to Krishna, my car belongs to Krishna, my table belongs to Krishna. I should serve Krishna and all these things should serve Krishna. Is in union and that's why is not entangled. But if we use the mic for our sake and the table for our sake, immediately we are in the karmic cycle, like a cashier in the bank. He is taking the money and working for the bank. But for some reason he takes the money for himself. Immediately police will be behind him. So similarly, a devotee of the Lord, whatever it is, he understands. He is like a guardian. He is like a caretaker. He does everything for the proprietor, that is Krishna. सर्वकर्माणि मनसा संन्यास यस्ते सुखम वासी नवद्वारे पुरे देहि नैव कुर्वाणा कारयान नवद्वारे pure dehi. He knows that Krishna has given me this body and this body has got 9 holes, 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 1 mouth. That is 7. And down, rectum and anus. This is a city of 9 gates. And he understands, I am in the body. I am not the body. I am in the city, but I am not the city. I am in the car, but I am not the car. So he is clearly understands that for some time I have to be in this body, and in this body I should use this body, mind, intelligence in Krishna service and get a spiritual body and go back home, back to Godhead. That is why I am in this house. I am in this house, but I am not this house. I should use this house in Krishna service, this body in Krishna service, purify myself, purify the house, and go back home, back to Godhead. So he is very, very intelligent. Na kartritvam na karmani lokasya srijate prabho na karma phala samyogam svabhavastu pravartate. And the devotee knows that I am soul. I am not the body, but I am the master of this body. I am not this house. I am the master of this house. So, and he does not, he knows that if I take, like a cashier, if he takes some money for himself, immediately he is into eyes of the uh, law. The law is behind him. But he knows whatever activity he does to please Krishna. So he does not do anything for himself, whether eating, sleeping, walking, talking, everything to please Krishna. So at the same time, he will tell others also, we are devotee of the Lord. We should serve Lord and we should do nothing for Krishna will take care of us and he will give us more than what we deserve. So that confidence he has. And Prabhupada did that. And he was serving Krishna and he made the Americans, the Australians, the Russian, the Asian, the Africans to serve Krishna. All these enacted by, so uh, in this way, he does not get into uh, uh, material activities. Thus, the 3 modes of material nature does not bind him. Rather, he's liberated. The 3 modes of material nature is the the law, which is running behind the law goes behind a person who is breaking the law. But a devotee of the law is not breaking the law, so he is not troubled by the uh, law of karma. Nadatte kashita papam na chaiva sukritam vibho ajnanena avritam jnanam tena muhyanti jantava. So the devotee of the Lord, because he is not breaking the law, The law is not behind him. Whereas people of the world, they are breaking the law. They are taking Krishna's property and using for themselves, like Ravana. So the law is behind them. That's why they are always disturbed. They don't understand the plan of the Lord is that by serving the Lord wants to see them be very happy. Nor does the Supreme Lord assumes anybody's sinful or pious activities. The embodied beings, however, because they are bewildered, because of their impure desires, they are the cause of all the problem. Their impure thought is the cause of all the problem. Jnanena tu tad ajnanam esham nasitam atmana tesham aditya vajnanam prakashyati tat param. The devotee of the Lord is enlightened by the divine knowledge, like a bulb, like a bulb. When it is switched on, the dark room immediately gets illumined, enlightened. Similarly, the night, the night is dark, but as soon as the sun comes, Aditya Vaj, immediately the darkness goes. Similarly, a person who is ignorant gradually meets the devotees and take the process of Krishna consciousness. Gradually, the darkness in the of ignorance in the mind goes away. The darkness does not say to the sunlight, "How dare you come now? For past 12 hours we were in the city. You cannot kick us out." No, as soon as light comes, the darkness has to go. The darkness cannot say that for past 2 years this room was closed and we were in this room. How can you switch on the bulb and kick us out? No, no. As soon as we become enlightened by the signs of devotional service, all the ignorance of darkness goes. Like Prabhupada made hippies happy, Rus is Risi, Chinese to many. In this way, uh, self-realized soul is focused in purifying himself and pleasing Krishna. So let us proceed to the third, fourth phase of the session. Tad buddhaya stud atmanam tannishta tatparayana gachanti apurna avritam jnana nirdhuta kalmasha. So gradually a devotee purifies his intelligence, mind, his faith in Krishna increases, and he completely surrenders to Krishna. Thus, all his sins are wiped out, and gradually he is in the path of liberation. And as he's getting purer and purer, he can understand that I am Son of God. All others are my brothers. We are all children of God. Like Jesus Christ says, I am Son of God. So he also says, we are all children of God. He becomes humble because he can understand God is great and I am very insignificant. And he becomes humble. And he knows God, whatever he does is for my good. So he tolerates whatever situation, place he is time. So in this way, with this intelligence, with this knowledge, he becomes humble. And those who are humble, for them the divine knowledge is the property. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmani Gavi Hastini Sunicheva Swapakecha Pandita Samadarshina. And thus a humble sage, by the virtue of true knowledge, see every one with equal vision, whether one is a gentle, learned Brahmana, or a cow, or an elephant, or a dog eater. He can understand that the soul, because of his good karma, he has got a human body, a Brahmana's body. This soul, because of his bad karma, he has got a body of a low caste dog eater. Oh, because of uh, bad karma, this soul has become elephant, and because of bad karma, this soul has become cow, dog, or because of good karma, this soul has become cow. In this way, he knows we are all brothers and sisters, but others who are in animal body, insect body, tree body, they are like uh, they are like younger brothers who are little unintelligent or in a less fortunate situation. But Samadarshina is equal to all of them. He gives respect to all of them, even to a mosquito. He gives respect, but he maintains distance. With the Brahmana, he goes closer and take advice. But tiger, he pays obeisances and say Hare Krishna from long, far, and wishes that they also become Krishna conscious. But if he goes to the tiger for advice and says that let the tiger become Krishna conscious, and he goes near the tiger, will say yes. He will put Tulsi Patra in the head of the person and say Mahaprasade Govinde. So, so he knows how to behave. He has a good wishes for even coronavirus, and from far he says, "You also become a pure devotee of the Lord." Even to a host, he says, "You become a pure devotee of the Lord and pay obeisances, but maintain safe distance." इह एव तेर्जित सर्गो येषं समये स्थितं मनः निर्दोषं हि समं ब्रह्म तस्मात् ब्रह्माणि ते स्थितः. Even though he is in the material world, he will be very blissful, peaceful, and his life is simply wonderful. Those whose mind are established in this sameness, like Jesus Christ says, I am Son of God, and equanimity, and he's got that every living entity is Krishna's child, and is already conquered the conditions of birth and death. Now, whatever he does for Krishna. In the jail, the prisoner, if he's gradually behaving well, the jailer will remove his handcuff, leg cuff, and is free. Similarly, the devotee is freed from the law of nature. Thus, the flawless Brahmana, thus already is also, even though he is in the jail, but the prisoner is free, talking to the jailer and moving. It's matter of time. A day will come, August 15th or 27th, National Day, he will be relieved. So, in this way, a devotee of the Lord is no more troubled by the Durga Devi, the jailer. How should such a person act? The devote, the as the prisoner who is now in the good books of the jailer calls him for tea, sometimes make phone calls, read newspaper, but he's very careful. He does not get indulged in fighting with other prisoners or in doing something unscrupulous. He is he is doing everything which the jailer wants. Similarly, the devotee does not do any activity which will displease the spiritual master or Krishna. Na hi prahishyate priyam prapya na dvi na no dvijit prapya cha apriyam sthira buddhir asammudo brahmavid brahmani sthita. He does not rejoice us when something pleasant happens. It is by Krishna's mercy that all these wonderful facilities are given to me. And he is not laments, oh, why I'm put into such a difficult position. So if something happens the way he wants, it is Krishna's blessing. If something doesn't happen the way he wants, then it's Krishna's plan. And he knows Krishna's plan is thousand times, unlimited times better than mine. He does not feel laments if he's put in an unpleasant situation. And such a devotee is very intelligent and is unbewildered at all time, all place. He knows whatever God does for my good, our good. Like the minister we saw, he said that whatever happens, happens for my good. And he knows the signs of God, the plan of the Lord. So he is not disturbed. Whereas Dhritarashtra was disturbed, Duryodhan was disturbed because they did not know the signs of God or the plan of God. बाह्य स्पर्श से असक्त आत्मा विन्दते आत्मनि यत् सुखम सा ब्रह्म योग युक्त आत्मा सुखम अक्षयम आश्नुते. Such a liberated person, like a like a like a in the jail, the prisoner, if he behaves very nicely, the jailer will remove his handcuff and leg cuff and is free. But he is in the jail, but is free. Such a liberated person is not attracted by material sense pleasure. Like some prisoners in the jail, they want to smoke and uh, eat uh, and take drugs. But he does. But a prisoner who is in good books of jailer will not indulge in such activities. Similarly, a devotee of the Lord will not indulge in such bad activities. He is always in trance to please Krishna and always blissful, thinking about Krishna's pastime, form, qualities, and name. Such a self realized person enjoys unlimited happiness and for he is concentrating on pleasing Krishna. And is very careful. He knows that this, like a prisoner who is in good books of the jailer, he knows these prisoners who are taking drugs and who are fighting and trying to do some nonsense and beating and I should not indulge in these activities because if I indulge in these activities again, I will be in bad books of the jailer and I will go to I'll be punished. So he knows this sense gratification, whether going to club, whether going to having illicit sex or eating non-veg, it's not good for me because as soon as I do, I will not please Krishna and immediately I will be punished. So he knows this is the cause of danger. Yahi sansparsha cha bhoga dukkhayon ye evate adi antavante kontaya nateshu ramate buddha. This intelligent devotee person does not take in the source of misery and he knows this happens because these senses gets in touch with sense object and he tries to enjoy and he knows this is the cause of misery and that's why he pays obeisance to all these sense gratificatory acts. He pays obeisance to illicit sex from far, meat eating from far, and gambling and intoxication from far, and thus he is tolerating all these things like there is an itch and the senses they scratch, but he's tolerating because but the mind says scratch. And if it scratch, in the beginning it is wow, good. It's bleeding. So similarly, he tolerates. He says, no, I will not. I will apply some turmeric powder, coconut oil, or cream so that gradually it will soothe. But if he starts scratching, oh, similarly, the devotee of the Lord, there is urges for illicit sex, meat eating, and gambling and intoxication. He tolerates and prays, and he saves himself because this is the cause of pain. How long should a devotee tolerate? As long as one is in this material world, material body, one should tolerate. Slaknoti ya saknoti Hey eva sodam praksharira vimokshanath kamakrodadbhavam vegam sayukta sa sukinara. That devotee, as long as he is in this body, as long as he is not living this body, it tolerates the urges of material senses and check the force of desire of anger, and is thus that devotee is happy, and he attains the ultimate good. Like, I want to go to the 200th floor in the lift. Another person comes who is very fat and is pushing me, and I know the fat person has to get down in 25th floor, but he's pushing. But if I shout at him, if I say this is wrong, then instead of going to the 100th floor, forget going to 100th floor, in the 20th floor, I'll be dragged by this fat man. Maybe my teeth and eyes will be also broken. So he tolerates, and the fat person leaves. My journey again continues. So the devotee of the Lord tolerates all the urges and attains the ultimate bliss. Yo within यो अंत सुख अंतर आराम ततंतर ज्योतिरेवय सयोगी ब्रह्म निर्वाण ब्रह्म भूत अधिगच्छति. The jailer will make friendship with that good prisoner, and he will give him breakfast, lunch, and treat him as a friend. Similarly, that good prisoner feels good. Similarly, Krishna and demigods will give all the facilities, and he rejoices internally, and gradually he attains ultimate supreme bliss. Labante brahma nirvanam rishya shina kalmasha chinna dvaita yat atmana sarvabhuta hiterata. In this way, that prisoner who is in good books of jailer, he is very careful, and he does everything to please the jailer and the government. The devotee of the Lord, he is very careful. He does every activity to please Krishna, and he is beyond duality. He is clear. My life, my goal of life is to please Krishna. He has got, is not into doubt. Should I do something for my nation, my state, country, family? No. He knows, if I serve Krishna, I am serving myself, my body, my family, my nation. He has got no doubt. And by serving Krishna, I am working for welfare for all the living beings, and I am free. I am getting free from all sins and getting liberated. Thus, he is free from anger, lust, and greed. Kama krodha vimukta nam yati nam yata chetasam abhibhuta brahmanirvanam vartate vidhi atmanam. Oh, Krishna, what are the ways to get the supreme bliss? There are two ways, Arjuna. One is, one takes sannyas and goes to the jungle and control all the senses. That is that is one way, that is explained in text 27 and uh, to 28. Sparshan kritvan bahirbayan chakshu chaiva antare bhru prana pana sama kritva nashabhya antara chirino. So he does yoga, Ashtanga yoga. He goes to a place, yama niyam, pranayam, asan, and he pratihara, he, uh, dhara, and he starts, closes his eyes, nose, ears, and instead of the senses experiencing sense object outside, he starts to meditate on the super soul. That is one way to get that kind of bliss. Yatendriya manobuddhir munirmoksha parayana vi vi gatecha bhaya krodha sa yasada mukta evasa. And in this way, that sannyasi who goes to the forest, gradually concentration on Paramatma and smiling face of Paramatma. And by seeing the smiling face of Paramatma, he also becomes blissful and happy. This is one way. Other way is just go to a spiritual master, pay obeisances, and render service submissively, and follow his instruction submissively. And with these blessings, one can understand Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God and is our ever well-wisher, and is the supreme enjoyer and the supreme controller and the supreme well-wisher. And thus one will get that kind of happiness. Bhoktaram yagatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam netamam shanti vrichati. This is real United Nations organization. This is real peace formula. Prabhupada did not tell hippies to go to the forest. He just told Krishna Katha. And by hearing, following Prabhupada's instruction, the hippie became happy, the Rusi became Rishi, the Chini became Muni, and the Japanese started doing japa. So a person who is in full consciousness understand Krishna is the supreme proprietor and is the supreme enjoyer. And we are all supposed to be enjoyed. And by taking part in giving enjoyment to Krishna, we will also get we will also get happiness. So Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. He is enjoying, but at the same time, he is the supreme proprietor. He is enjoying, but he is not like an ordinary proprietor who goes to Switzerland and the manager understands. Oh, our proprietor is gone to what Switzerland. Let us now have fun and take his uh, do some mischief and take all the money and change all the account and take the money. So Krishna is supreme proprietor, supreme enjoyer, but at the same time, everything is in his control. He's a supreme controller. Nobody can play games with him. Okay, he may be a supreme controller like Hitler or Idi Amin. He must be cruel. No, no, he's not cruel. He is our ever willisher. So if we know that Krishna is the supreme proprietor, supreme enjoyer, and is a supreme controller at the same time, he is our best friend, then we will be peaceful. Whatever he will do for our good. So we'll be peaceful, like a baby girl was going in aeroplane and the aeroplane started shaking and the announcement said put on the seatbelt and everybody put seatbelt and don't then it was getting crazier and crazier, the shaking trembling and trembling and turbulence was increasing, then everybody started crying, and that said that this aeroplane will go for an emergency landing. So everybody knew it's danger. So somebody was doing like this, somebody was doing like this, somebody was doing like, but the girl was smiling and playing with the teddy bear. One person was watching. You know, what is this? Then the plane landed. Everybody came down. He said, "My dear girl, we were all disturbed. We were all frightened, but you were very peaceful. What is the reason?" He said, "Uncle, you know, the pilot of this aeroplane is my father. And my father, I know he is very much in love with me. He loves me very much. And I am confident he will do anything and everything to make me uh, peaceful, uh, uh, blissful, and uh, uh, keep me safe. So I am not worried, uncle." So similarly, a devotee of the Lord, the devotee of the Lord knows that the pilot of this universe is Krishna, and Krishna will is our supreme well-wisher, proprietor, and the controller. He will not do anything which is bad for us. So a devotee of the Lord who is serving Krishna is confident that whatever condition Krishna is keeping, actually is keeping to purify me, and uh, and he will not do anything uh, which will be bad for me. So he is peaceful and blissful and happy. This is real peace formula. And in Krishna consciousness, we find the Christians and the Jew, they are peaceful. We find the Africans and the uh, 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 Americans, they are peaceful. We find the white, the black, yellow, uh, the brown. Everybody are sitting together the Indian and the Pakistan, Ukrainian and Russian, we see the Palestinian and Iranian are together chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. This is real United Nations organization because Krishna consciousness is the real peace formula because they know Krishna is our ever well-wisher. And if we take up this process, definitely we will also attain this peace. We will be peaceful, happy, and we'll make others peaceful and happy. So let us take this process seriously from now till death and be peaceful, happy, and make others peaceful and happy. Hare Krishna. So, Prabhupada ki jai. So, so, so the questions uh, from devotees, how do I, okay.